So now we look at why public spending. So we have looked at different areas or ways of private spending on social welfare. So who needs state when we have so many different sources? We have our own money, our own assets to spend on social welfare. That will give us more autonomy to. We have philanthropy, charity to help us. We have family and friends. Why do we need public spending on social welfare? The reason is that the other sources which we have discussed in the few modules fail. They fail to provide a continuous long-term social spending on which people can depend. Not everybody has money, so if you don't have money, you have to look to other people. Even selling assets will not help. They may not be as much as you need, and assets may be few. Even extended families and friends don't have money. So poor people don't have rich, family members. Usually they don't have. So you are poor, your friends and your family is also poor usually. So you can't really ask them much, a large sum of money if you need it in a health emergency. Similar is the case with neighbors. You are poor, you usually live in poor neighborhoods. So your neighbors also don't have money. So all these different sources of private spending are not there. The recent action against illegal construction in Karachi and Lahore and other cities shows that poor people, even when they have assets, they don't have formal deeds to it. So people who have been doing business in a shop for 30 years, but they don't have the deed of ownership or rent. So when someone comes around and asks them, or when they need money, they can't mortgage it, they can't sell it because they don't have the property rights. And this concept of property rights have been very important in economic theory, where at least some of the scholars have argued that the developing world is poor because most of its people don't have property rights. So they have, informally they own the property, but formally they don't. And because they don't own the property, they don't spend to make that property better. They can't take loan on that property. They can't give that property to their children. So all these things help in underdevelopment. So if you don't have money, you have poor family and friends and neighbors, you can't have money for health emergencies. Similarly, you can't have long-term money for long-term spending. For example, child's education. So a child's education at least takes 15 to 16 years of continuous spending. So you can't ask really a neighbor or a friend for this kind of long-term spending if you don't have money. Similar is the case of housing. Housing needs a big, large sum of money, and you can't ask it from other people. Philanthropy is very limited. Edhi has the biggest network of ambulances, but as compared to the poor state of Pakistan, it's a very tiny network. So if you look at the network of ambulances which the Sindh Health Department has, and compare it to Edhi, Sindh Health Department has thousands of more ambulances as compared to Edhi. So again, another example, the Shaukat Khana Memorial Hospital, there are only around 200 beds. Compare it to the Mayo Hospital in Lahore, which has 3,000 plus beds. So compare the difference between the two. So philanthropy is very limited. You can't really depend on philanthropy for your long-term needs. Once okay, you can do it. Again, because of the limitation of philanthropy, there are very few philanthropy hospitals or education institutions or other such kind of institutions. So everybody cannot study at a the Citizens Foundation School or get health care from Sokat Khanam or Edhi. So you have to go to to the public sector. Friends and family members give, but they, of course, they make you dependent, and you are there. You look at them as someone who is very grateful to them, compared to state, where it's state's responsibility to give it to you. So you are not really you are grateful to the state, but you are not grateful to the individuals who are providing you the money. Thank you.